So arrived today is the Forest Master log sawhorse. So I'll unbox it, put it together, and I'll take it over to where I've got a log pile and we'll try it out. Forest Master, they make a lot of good products. That's another Forest Master product. And that's the FM9 wood chipper. Branches you can't put in there, you put on here, cut up and become firewood. Instructions. So it looks pretty straightforward to go together. Do another one. So you get one of these that goes onto there. Slide it down past the hole. You get one of these, keep the teeth upwards, and the big rubber bung on the bottom, slide that over the top. And then on these, got to make sure you've got a big hole on one side, see that, and a little hole on the other side. You just make sure that the washer goes on the big hole side. Like so. Just got to make sure them teeth are pointing upwards. The three. So I'll tighten this up, I'll put the wood on the sides. So there it is, done. Put these safety chains on so I don't lose them. What I would say is the plywood, the bottom is, you tighten up the screws, they just come loose, I don't know why. When you move it, I can see them digging into the plywood and that becoming knackered, the bottom bit. The rest of it's alright, it's just that bit. And I'm guessing obviously once the plywood's knackered, it's the only thing that holds them all together. So a quick tip when using this Forest Master log sawhorse, what I've come to realise is the last few logs on the top, if you form like a pyramid shape, then what will happen is the chains, you can push them right down either side and you get tension on this top bit here. If the chains are just flat across the top, they wobble about, and then when you cut down each gap, the logs can actually fall out because the chains don't have the tension. So if you form a pyramid at the top of your pile, then the logs, your chains there are tight and it holds it all together when you do your cuts down each channel. So that's just a quick tip that I've come to realise works well. This is about the load number 6 I've done with it. As you can see in there, there's a lot of rounds in there. There's probably about 6 loads in there. That would have took, to do without the aid of the sawhorse, it would have took a long time, but it's only took about an hour just to quarter fill that with rounds. Also bigger rounds have been getting cut in it as well, which I've been doing, so it's very efficient, saves a lot of time, saves a lot of money. Yeah, great bit of kit. If you want to grab one, there's your website, www.forestmaster.com, and they're based in Newcastle, northeast of England. was my first attempt. I know I've done wrong. And where I've got the size set on the board at the bottom, I've got it on max. I should have it on about 8 inches, so then that way the lugs will be smaller. I mean, that's like the perfect size. However, some of these lugs, that one nice, maybe it's a bit too long. So what I'll do is I'll bring it in and I'll try it again. But it cuts very well. So as you can see on the measuring board, I've got the bars set at the max there and there. Really they should be going into about 8 inches on each side. That way when you cut your outside bits to whatever size you want them on both sides, when you get to the metal framing, you run the saw down the middle of each metal framing, then you know that the lugs that are cut are left at about 8 inches. Because on there it says 8 inches there and 8 inches there. So if I adjust that, and I'll try it again. But all you've got to do is look at the amount of cuts on the floor. If you were to get the saw and pick up a strand at a time and cut it, how long it would take you to do it. I mean, if you were to count all them rounds there now, you know, there's probably 80 or something, and it just took a couple of minutes, not even that. So this is the second attempt. I've moved the bars in closer to each other, so it makes the logs smaller when you cut them. and they're all about 8 inches, and when they're smaller, don't know why, but it seems to hold them in place once you've cut them with them chains. I wouldn't like to count them, but there'll be probably a couple of 100 pieces there. So I'd say it's a very handy bit of kit. Let's just hope it's hard wearing. The wooden bits on the bottom, I think they'll give. Screwing the screws into the plywood gives, so eventually the screw won't touch anything. So what I'll probably do is change out the bottom boards with hardwood boards. So that's off the rack being 3/4 full. So you're saving your time, you're saving the fuel in the saw, and we'll just have to see, like I say, they're plywood. I can see them deteriorating pretty fast. But not the end of the world, just swap them out for some hardwood boards. I mean, the rest of it's steel, so I can see it lasting a long time. Great bit of kit. When you've got stuff like this, them lengths there, they're always the ones that just get chucked in the corner and you don't deal with them. And you're like, I'll deal with them, but you don't. You just split your rounds. So yeah, great bit of kit. The Forest Master log horse. Get one bought, save time, save money. Now, I don't know if you noticed on the video, but I was having to go with this. I was having to go around one side and the other side to finish the cut because I'm using a Husqvarna 130. It's only a little saw and it's got a 15-inch guide bar on it. So I would suggest a minimum of an 18-inch guide bar when you use this. Minimum. That way you know you can stand on one side of it and the bar will clear the logs. Whereas that has only got a 15-inch bar on and it doesn't quite clear. So you have to go around one side and then round the other side.